Hello everyone, my name is Nicole Carmona and today I want to share with you um, everything about my experience in my last trip. So I had the fortune to be able to visit Exmouth in Western Australia. It's a hidden gem on this side of the coast. So today I made a little bit of a presentation so I can share with you like really important information, okay? So I wanted to start with a brief history about Exmouth. So Exmouth was founded by the U.S. Naval Base on 1967, and this is in a very remote location. It's like at least 15 hours from Perth. Um, this particular spot is really famous for the marine tourism and amazing crystal clear water and beaches. Also, this region is really important for the Aboriginal people that still lives in that area. It's really interesting because these people they still share like their culture with locals and with tourists as well. So first of all, I wanted to explain how to get there. I live in Perth, but I wanted to share a little bit of information for those that lives on the East Coast. So if you live in Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, so you can take a first flight all the way to Perth, and then from Perth to Learmonth Airport, or that is gonna be like the quickest way to get to this area. And then if you live in Perth or if you're from Perth, you have two options. You can have a 2 hours flight to the same airport, or what most people love to do, mostly backpackers, is to take a road trip all the way from Perth to Exmouth. So I wanted to share this little map with you. So I just mentioned a few of the places that people stop on all the way to Exmouth, but there's so many more that you can search for it and add to your list. So it's a 15-hour drive, but when someone decides to do a road trip, it's gonna be like a week because there's so many places to do to visit all along the way, like Shark Bay and Pineapple Desert and Lancelin and other places. So that will depend on you and how long you guys want to do like this road trip. Okay. I wanted to talk about some of the top attraction in this area. So first of all, I feel like we have the most famous one that is going to be in Ingaloo Reef, and is the swims or boat day trips to see the whale sharks. Uh, it's important to mention that this is just a seasonal kind of tour, but I will get into it further along the presentation. We also have the Cape Ranch National Park, for people that likes outdoors and hiking and walking. This is a very good activity. I understand that maybe it's not for everyone. There's some people that just like to go to Exmouth to relax on the beaches. So for that kind of people, we have Turquoise Bay, that is one of the most beautiful beaches on the west side of Australia. It's very well known for the color of the water. The sunsets are amazing. The water is chill, not too many waves. Perfect for family. Perfect for just like have a really nice swim. So these three places are like the top attractions in Exmouth, but obviously there's so many more. So going back to the one that tour for the shark whales, it's important to mention that this is just a seasonal activity and it's just during winter. Okay, so most of this excursion already include the transportation from the hotel to the base, and then the day tour, lunch, and then all the way back to the hotel. So this is the most famous attraction on Exmouth. It's important to mention that also depend on the season, it can be focused to spot another marine wildlife like humpback whales as well. And what is the best time to visit? So the good thing about Exmouth is like there's a lot of things to do regardless of the season, but it's important to mention that the weather is going to change a little bit and the activities as well. So if your customer or you wants to travel to Exmouth on the months that you feel that you want a little bit of heat and be able to do more activities on the outside, so March to October will be a good season for do that. But if you want to go to this area specifically for the whale shark tours, it's only from April to July. So what are the top events here in Exmouth? So we have at the beginning the Ningalo Whale Shark Festival. This is along of the season, okay? We have the Ningalo Sky Festival, which I found really interesting about this festival is like when the first time it was created is because a couple of years ago they had this event while an eclipse was happening. So back then, this festival was named Ningalo Eclipse Festival, and now through the years changed the name to Sky Festival. So it's really cool. It's something that they keep, and sometimes they have the luck that something astronomical like is happening at the same time. And also, like I mentioned before, Exmouth is very rich on the coral and marine wildlife, and there's a lot of kind of fish and stuff. So that's why Exmouth also have huge event and huge fish competition. So I just mentioned a few on these ones, but it's like really important to know if you have a customer that actually loves like go fishing and go to a spot like this and do some fishing kind of tourism. So one additional information that I wanted to share with you is that Exmouth is, besides that all the nature and everything, it's a little town. It's really beautiful. Most of the population that lives in this area is because they have like this adventurous soul, so they love hiking, diving. They enjoy to be outdoors and everything. So that's the kind of the vibe of this place. You can do plenty of water activities, snorkeling, diving, um, and boat tours, etc. I feel like also is a really good spot for different kind of accommodation. Exmouth can offer like the hotel all inclusive, but also the backpackers hostel. So the accommodation has a very huge range depending on how much do you want to spend on your trip, which is amazing because I feel like Exmouth is a great base to go exploring like all that peninsula. So one of the conclusions that I want to share with you is like I feel Exmouth is a destination that no most of the people know about, mostly overseas people just like me, that you came to Australia with the idea to go to the other coast and see the Great Barrier Reef and etc. But no one told me about Exmouth until I came to Perth and everyone was talking about how amazing and breathtaking nature beauty this place has. So I feel like it's really important to try to make some push to some of the Australian destinations that are not as popular as other because I feel they are totally worth it. And in this case, I feel like Exmouth, the beaches, the wildlife, the galaxy, the everything that you can do in Exmouth is just such an amazing spot. So yeah, guys. So I hopefully you have the lucky to come and visit sometime. I will highly recommend it. And if you want to share this information with everyone, that will be great as well. If you have any question, please just hit me with an email. Happy to reply to all your questions. Thank you so much.